Let me show you the items that I'm putting in my emergency stash for pantry items that could easily feed my family for about 2 months, if not longer.
Hello everyone. So I wanted to just pop on here and discuss something that I've been doing for a couple of months already, actually since last year. And I thought, you know, I don't want to panic my viewers and subscribers, but I feel like it's something important that I should talk about. So a lot of you are fully aware of what's happening in the Middle East. I have family literally all over the world. So a lot of the news that I hear or sometimes that I discuss with relatives on the other side of the world, I don't see it here in the mainstream US media. And this is not me being political. This is just me giving you a little bit of background of where I'm coming from. So long story short, I have been sort of preparing my pantry here and there, and I wanted to get on here and say maybe you should prepare as well. Some of you already know this. Some of you have already prepared, but there are some of you that just live paycheck to paycheck. Some of you don't even have time to pay attention to what's going on in the world. And I want to say maybe now is the time to buy a little bit extra and start stocking your pantry with shelf-stable foods. Now, typically, I live in the United States and I live in Texas. So I typically do this anyway because of hurricane season. I try to stock up shelf-stable pantry items for hurricane season, but I feel like this is just something that we need to do all across the United States or the world for that matter. And with rising oil prices and what's happening in the Middle East, I suspect, and what a lot of experts are saying, that there will be a disruption to food. Definitely gas prices have risen. Will it possibly disrupt food supply and food chains? Absolutely. I hope it doesn't come to that, and I'm not trying to be an alarmist, but I do want my viewers to be prepared if they don't know this already. So I want to share with you what I have as an emergency, like food storage that's shelf stable, mostly shelf stable. I do have things extra in my deep freezer, but like I said, I typically prepare for hurricane season when we do not have electricity. And you want to stagger this, by the way. You want to make sure, don't panic buy, don't wipe out your local grocery stores. I've been doing this over the course of months. So every time I make a grocery run, I'll buy a couple of extra cans of something or an extra pack of something. And I suggest you do that now. I think it is smart to just stay prepared.
Okay, so I'm going to start off with like the biggest thing that I buy. This is all-purpose flour, and this is 25 pounds. Mainly because my youngest son only eats a handful of things, and one of those are flour tortillas. So that's why I bought this extra big pack of this bag of flour. Sugar, this was on sale. I typically just get whatever I can find cheap. This one was a good deal at the time, so a big bag of sugar. Both my kids love pancakes. This is easy. It's just add water. So I buy this from my local Costco. You can probably find this elsewhere, but pancakes. That is a necessity in my house. It's something that we all eat. So pancakes. And this is a 10-pound bag of just add water pancake mix. And this is a must, coffee. And this coffee already has like the cream and sugar mix. It's the Korean stick coffee. And this is shelf stable. So we have a box of this. You've probably seen this in my other video. This is 110 sticks. And this is our coffee for emergencies. Okay, I have a big 5-pound bag of rice that I bought extra to keep for an emergency. I may buy another bag here soon, because I do suggest, if you're watching this video, stagger how you buy these things. I'm not saying to panic buy. So I bought this 2 weeks ago. Maybe next week when I get groceries, I may buy another bag. So there's that, rice. And you know I have to have beans. So these are my little emergency stash of beans that I could probably make, you know, last for a month, including this rice. Because, you know, I have other choices for meals. This is a must for my kids, malto meal or cream of wheat. It's another thing that you can make savory or sweet for breakfast or any time of the day. I like to make this because it's filling and it's shelf stable. Pasta is another one. I just saw I got several of these because they were on sale a couple of weeks ago. So I got some extra boxes. This is going in my emergency stash. Lard, this has like a shelf life of like a year. So it's going in my emergency stash. And you can get powdered milk, but I have evaporated milk cans. So I put 4 of these in my stash, my emergency. And then tomato paste, shelf stable. And with the pancakes, you got to have the syrup. So I got what was on sale at my local grocery store. Pancake syrup, pancakes, that's a meal. Here's another one that I think people should consider, and that's vegetable oil. We got this in a pack of 2. One is going in my emergency stash. Salt is also important, so I put 2 of these. And for seasonings and spices, I have a lot, but this is going in the emergency stash. Caldo de tomate for my Mexican style rice or soups. And I also got this. I saw this and I grabbed it. It's just chicken bouillon without the tomato. Here's something else. When all the fresh fruits and produce, I like to get like dried vegetable stock cubes. This is like a Korean style one for soups and stews that we make. And I also like having bell pepper. So dehydrated red and green diced bell pepper goes great. And like I said, rice, beans to flavor and season things with. And onion. I like dehydrated onion, so that goes in my emergency stash. And potato. I'll show you a picture of what it looks like. And this is another way to have like dehydrated vegetables. This was not that expensive. So let's get into like protein, right? Canned chicken breast. So I got this from Costco. That goes into my emergency stash. Canned tuna. And this is the easy open, especially when you're buying pantry staples, you got to have a can opener. So make sure you do that. But these have like the pull tabs, which is convenient. And I got powdered butter and heavy cream powder. These 2 can make something so simple, just have a little bit more texture and flavor, especially if you're making powdered eggs. I don't have chickens, so once the eggs are gone or there's a disruption in supply, you know, this is a pantry shelf stable item to have. So I have a container here and my husband's just going to start putting what we can, start back there, into this large container, and I'll put a lid on it and it'll just stay in my pantry. And we know this is like the emergency stuff. And I'll probably fill a second one, but for now, this is kind of what it looks like. So we're going to wrap the flour in a garbage bag or a trash bag, a plastic bag, and then we'll store it because you want to make sure everything stays dry and, you know, safe from the elements. We're going to do the same thing with the sugar as well. We're just using a grocery like delivery bag and just tie it up really well at the top to make sure nothing gets in it. So you might have to twist the top. There we go. Because you want to make sure that it's protected.
So one thing that I want to mention, when you are buying extra and really preparing for emergency food to last you a month or 2, some of you have probably done this to last for like 6 months. There are a lot of prepper style, like emergency prepper YouTube channels that you probably can search for that'll give you further insight on how to do this. But I think the biggest takeaway here is you want to stagger how you purchase your food. And secondly, buy food that you know you won't get tired of. Buy things that you know you're going to eat. For example, if you're buying canned fruit and you know you don't like peaches, why would you buy canned peaches? Buy something you know you're going to eat. So that's probably my biggest takeaway here. Buy things that you can make, buy things you have access to, and buy something that you know you are going to eat and that other people in your household are going to eat. You don't want this to go to waste because, like I said, in emergency situations, you know, you want to be prepared that you might have to ration food, and you want to make sure the food you ration, you like it. So there's that.
I also want to show you, in my deep freezer, I purchased frozen wild blueberries and a big bag of mixed vegetables. I have other things, but these are the 2 extra things that I have in my deep freezer. Now, if the electricity goes out, well, there goes that. But you can also buy canned veggies and fruit. By the way, let me show you. This is something I buy already, but we bought extra ramen. I love a variety of like ramen. You just add water. It's a meal. For those of you that are looking for shelf-stable things, ramen. And here's the other important thing, water. So I have these 3 5-gallon ones. Actually, we normally keep 2. I have an extra one, and you know, that's my extra water.
Like I always say, I don't know where you're watching me from. I don't know where you live, but wherever you are in the world, I hope you're doing well. I hope you stay safe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.